Mario Kart is one of the biggest video game franchises in the world, with the series celebrating its 30th anniversary this year. If you saw Matt's video on Zelda 10 years apart, you'll know how this will work. Basically, I will be talking about 3 Mario Kart games that were released roughly 10 years apart from each other. Now, there were many combinations I could have went with for this video, as most of the games actually released within 10 years apart from each other, but I've decided I'll be talking about Mario Kart 64, Mario Kart Wii, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I am Tom from the NXcast, and today I'll be looking at Mario Kart 10 years apart. Being released in the UK on June 13th, 1997 on the N64, Mario Kart 64 was the second installment in the series, following on from the very successful Super Mario Kart on the SNES. Mario Kart 64 continued the format that Super Mario Kart laid out. The player controls one of 8 selectable characters in several racetracks of varying shape and theme. During a race, the players can obtain random items from boxes placed in different areas of the track that are used to impede the opposition and gain an advantage. Like in Super Mario Kart, there are 4 different game modes: Grand Prix, Time Trials, Versus, and Battle. Grand Prix operates similarly to how it did on the SNES, as you race on different tracks and aim to win the most points to win a cup. Mario Kart 64 changed it slightly by reducing the number of tracks and number of laps to 4 and 3 respectively. This is because the tracks were a lot bigger and longer due to the 3D capabilities. Speaking of the tracks, 16 brand new and unique tracks were added, which is a huge upgrade on the same 7 tracks that just had different routes. Some of these tracks include the Kalimari Desert, Toad's Turnpike, Wario Stadium, and Yoshi Valley. Mario Kart 64 also introduced Mirror Mode, which has remained in the series ever since. This provided players with more to do, and at the time, it offered a brand new way of playing a generic car racer. Time Trials and Versus mode remained the same for large parts, and Battle Mode also got some new tracks. Mario Kart 64's Battle Mode is regarded as the best in the whole series, as it provided a lot of Nintendo fans of group in the 90s with everlasting memories. The character roster also saw some significant changes. DK Jr. and Koopa Troopa were replaced by Donkey Kong and Wario, and these 8 characters you can see on screen now are often regarded as the main characters of the series. Kamek was originally meant to be in the roster ahead of Donkey Kong, but was cut for unknown reasons. Like in Super Mario Kart, the characters are divided into weight classes: light, medium, and heavy. Lightweight characters have high acceleration but low weight, whilst heavyweight characters have low acceleration and high weight. Mario Kart 64 also introduced slipstreaming, or rubber banding as it's most commonly known. This is where the CPU is always maintaining the same speed no matter what happens in a race. Whether you get a mushroom or a star and gain more speed, or get hit by an item, the CPU will always be right on your tail. Now, this can be annoying if you're trying to beat the game, but in comparison to the bullshit that can happen with items nowadays, it's actually not that bad. This was kinda seen in Super Mario Kart, as you always had 2 rivals that were behind the player, and they always weren't that far behind. But this has turned up completely for a whole new level for this game. New items were introduced, including the Blue Shell, Boo, Triple Shells, and the Star. The Star in Super Mario was in Super Mario Kart, but was only limited to an AI Mario or Luigi. This time, everybody, including the player, has access to it. Visually, Mario Kart 64 hasn't aged the best since its release, but ironically is one of the better looking games on the N64. The soundtrack is one of the most iconic in video game history, and still holds up well today. Mario Kart 64 received genuinely positive reviews from critics, and proved to be an overall commercial success. Review aggregator Metacritic ranks it as the 6th highest ranked N64 title, based on 15 different reviews. It has sold 9.87 million copies worldwide, making it the second best selling game on the console. In fact, most reviews websites actually rank this game pretty highly, except GameSpot, who only give it a 6 out of 10. I guess they want to be different, I don't know. Mario Kart 64 has seen many re-releases in the last 25 years, including the Wii Virtual Console, and recently on Nintendo Switch Online. Released in Europe on April 11, 2008 on a Nintendo Wii, Mario Kart Wii was the 6th installment in the series. This is by far the most divisive game in the franchise, with many people claiming it to be the best game in the series, with others claiming it to be the worst. Mario Kart Wii follows the same premise as the 5 games before it, as I've already explained. Now, the game series itself has changed quite a bit since Mario Kart 64, with so many new items, characters, and carts being added in the 11-year gap between that and Wii. Mario Kart Wii by far has the most replay value in the series, as you are required to play through the entire Grand Prix and even time trials to actually unlock everything. 16 brand new tracks were added to this game, as well as 16 new retro tracks. Mario Kart DS started the trend of adding retro tracks from previous Mario Kart games and enhancing them slightly, and Mario Kart Wii followed suit. Some of the new tracks in this game are often regarded as the best in the whole series, as they include Toad's Factory, Coconut Mall, Koopa Cape, and Maple Treeway. The retro tracks weren't that much of an upgrade from their original counterparts compared to other remakes, but they still looked modern and so fun to play on. Mario Kart Wii introduced a lot of elements that have since remained in the series, including tricking off ramps and half-pipes, as well as having bikes. There was also some new characters that were added for the first time, those being Baby Peach, Baby Daisy, Rosalina, Donkey Kong, Dry Bowser, and the 2 Mii outfits. At the time, Mario Kart Wii had the biggest and most diverse roster in the series. The cars and bikes were also pretty special, as were different ones for each weight class, and some character and vehicle combos worked better than others. For example, Donkey Kong and the Flame Runner. What else needs to be said? The marketing for Mario Kart Wii is by far the most memorable for me growing up. The new items that were introduced were some of these gimmicks, but sadly none have come back. These were the Mega Mushroom, the Power Block, and Thundercloud. The Mega Mushroom and Power Block were fine and added some diversity to the items, but the Thundercloud, well, that was just a horrible decision to make. It's pretty clear to see why it was only limited to this game. Another marketing gimmick was the Wii Wheel. Being on the Wii, Mario Kart Wii obviously allowed for motion controls, and introducing the Wii Wheel for this game was a great marketing idea by Nintendo. Everyone, and I mean everyone, has seen that cutscene of Mario and Luigi racing with the Wii Wheels before after being teleported into the game. Mario Kart Wii was the first game in the series to allow for multiple controllers to be compatible. You could use the Wii Remote on its side, either by itself or on the Wii Wheel, and use the motion control option. You could also attach it to a nunchuck, or you could be a true gamer by using either the classic controller or the GameCube controller. A lot of people don't like Mario Kart Wii, as the game doesn't control the best with the motion controls. Now, I can guarantee these people haven't tried using either the classic or GameCube controllers, as the game changed completely for this. Rubber banding was long gone by the time Mario Kart Wii was released. As the CPUs became less broken, the item distribution became more unbalanced. Since Mario Kart DS, it was very common to get spam of items, in particular the blue and the red shells. However, Mario Kart Wii decided to go from 0 to 100, as it's very common to get hit by all sorts of shit. Racing against CPU may be easier than in Mario Kart 64, but getting spammed with items just takes the joy out of things, and you're more likely going to lose races due to luck rather than skill. Visually, Mario Kart Wii was a huge increase compared to 64, and still looks fine today. Mario Kart Wii mostly has good reviews, with only Edge giving it a below average score. With over 37 million copies sold, Mario Kart Wii was the second highest selling game on the Wii, and was the highest selling Mario Kart game of all time. However, this was only beaten in November of last year, as Mario Kart 8 Deluxe overtook it. Released worldwide on April 28, 2017 on a Nintendo Switch, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was the 9th installment in the series, and currently the most recent entry. Now, this was a port of the previous game, Mario Kart 8, as Nintendo tried to recover the disaster that was the Wii U. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe kept the same formula that every game before it had, as well as adding some new features. Firstly, the battle mode was completely revamped. On the Wii U version, Nintendo were very lazy, as they just threw together 8 regular tracks from the main game and called it a day. However, this time, they added in some proper battle-friendly tracks. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe also added the entire DLC from the Wii U version in the main game, meaning you didn't have to pay extra for the whole DLC again. Now, let's talk about the DLC for a minute. The DLC for Mario Kart 8 includes 16 tracks, both new and retro, new characters including Link and Villager, and new vehicle parts. This meant that you had 48 tracks to choose from straight away, as well as every character being unlocked from the start. Returning characters when in the Wii U version and also made an appearance included King Boo, Dry Bones, and Bowser Jr. Just like Mario Kart Wii, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe took a lot of elements from its handheld predecessor and has expanded on it. Mario Kart 7 introduced gliding, driving underwater, and vehicle customization, as well as bringing back coins from SMK and Super Circuit. Mario Kart 8 did this too, but went the extra mile and made the coin an item. Ugh. The vehicle customization completely changed how you played the game, as there wasn't a certain car or bike that was simply better than the others. This time, you needed to decide which character and vehicle combos suit you the best. Now, even though I've literally just said all of that, it seems people have finally found the best character and vehicle combo in this game. Move aside from Funky Kong and Flame Runner, make way for Waluigi and the regular bike, using roller wheels and any glider of your choosing. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe brought back the feature of having 2 item slots. Now this was only seen in Double Dash, seeing as though you had 2 races per kart in that game, but now it makes things more interesting. Remember how I said that the item balance was getting worse in Mario Kart Wii? Well, now it's completely gone to shit. Since every player has 2 items, it's not uncommon to get hit by 2 red shells in a row, or get a lot of mushrooms if you're near the back. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe sort of returned to 2 items, the Boo, which hasn't been seen since DS, and the Feather, which is only limited to Super Mario Kart and only available in battle mode. During the Nintendo Direct in February 2022, it was announced that a DLC will be coming out for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, in the form of adding 48 retro tracks. Known as the Booster Course Pass, 6 waves of retro tracks, including ones from Mario Kart Tour, will be released, with 3 waves already being out as the script is being written. Some tracks that were already remade came back again, like Waluigi Pinball, Coconut Mountain, and Mushroom Gorge. However, some, like Choco Mountain, were hugely improved from their original remakes. There were also brand new retro tracks that were Toad Circuit, Shroom Ridge, and Snowland, and they look incredible. Due to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's ever-growing popularity, as well as all the players getting nostalgia from the Booster Course Pass, it's highly unlikely that we'll get a new Mario Kart game until a brand new Nintendo consoles comes out. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is visually the best in the franchise, as the HD graphics look stunning and is a game that will age in well until the end of time. This game has glistening reviews, with the low score I could find being an 8.5 out of 10. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the best selling game on both the Switch and in the whole franchise, with over 48 million copies sold worldwide. It's pretty clear now that after 30 years of Mario Kart, the series has only grown into one of, if not the biggest video game franchises in the world. The series really took off in the 2000s, and kept its ability in the 2010s, and who knows what was in store for the 2020s. I hope you enjoyed this video of 10 years apart. If you did, leave a like. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe, so that you never miss any future uploads. Also, hit that notification bell to be notified the second we upload a video. 2023 is going to be a crazy year for the channel, and I want you guys to stick around to see what we've got in store. I've been Tom from Nintendo Extremists, I'll catch you next time.